Okay, so I know this is a bit late, but I have last I did anything was the third week of me working on this. So I have added more deep color and detail into this page. Of course, I know seeing the week 3 stuff like 5 weeks into this, you guys will get eventually a week 4. I'm just not gotten around to it for a while. Of course, we still have all these characters. We still have Thrust, Prowl, Blades, Lancer, Pipes, all that. But we now have this Eskimo kind of inspired Trailbreaker using red and blue, kind of taking a more inverted Optimus Prime kind of colour scheme. I know he's traditionally black and red, but I wanted my Trailbreaker to stand out a bit more, and I thought this would be a fun way. He, of course, can switch his hands to his classic gun hand, but also giving him an Energon blade. We have Sidetrack, who is once again, well, actually, he's the first kind of redesign of Hotshot. Though there is another redesign of Hotshot in Run Amok, who would just be a regular Viacon in this. He would not be a real special character. Of course, Thundercracker is also here as a really cool designed Seeker with his sword. Yeah, you can see dates telling you, just putting into perspective a bit how old this is. And of course, you have Growl with a cannon stolen from a former foe and a battle axe hand. Of course, she will have interactions with Matuk in the series because, well, those characters are the ones made to interact. But we also have, this character is irrelevant because I was just messing around drawing Hot Wheels, but we have this Mazda Ripu character. He's based on, give me 10 seconds, this toy Hot Wheels. Yeah, I know, randomly turning Hot Wheels into one. Not what people were expecting, but he is also canon to this. I just haven't decided on a name, personality, or whether he's Autobot or Decepticon. He could be a Decepticon Viacon, or he could be an Autobot. I have yet to decide, and I will probably decide whenever week 4 comes out. Probably actually on week 10 or whatever. Because, yeah. Then on the story side of things, there's the fight and all the drafts for that. And the drafts for that, because there was a few drafts. All the episode concepts, the Kilo Cows, the story overview, the Decepticon characters and the roles, the second draft of the fight, which is, I think, the final draft as of right now, the Autobot character roles. But I now also have the Village Defense, which would be the other story happening at the same time, or which follows Matuk, Prowl, Pipes and Blades, dealing with Thrust, Thundercracker, 4 other Seekers, of course, also dealing with Run Amok and one other ground Viacon. Yeah. But yeah, of course that's not that many, but I'll have it kind of goes into detail on the battle, who's fighting who, when, and ultimately Thundercracker comes to a deal with Matuk to be allowed to leave with his men. And the Autobots watch the Decepticons leave, now with one of their highest ranking members indebted to them. I think that could be a fun way to do the story, of course, alongside the fight happening at the same time. So we've got Shredhead, Hotshot, Trailbreaker, Matuk, Prowl, Pipes and Blades, and their story for the Autobots, all thought through. But it does mean on the Autobot side of things, Sidetrack, he's done nothing so far. We have no plans for Sidetrack outside of he's there. Skater, no plans for him so far, but he's meant to be the medic, so he'd probably be back at base waiting to heal the others when they return. Who's the other Autobots? Cosmos? Cosmos has done nothing yet, but who was really expecting Cosmos to be in the Earth-based story early on? And Optimus Prime. His whole plan is he's meant to be like a cameo near the beginning, so he's not really doing anything still. And then most of the Decepticons are still doing nothing because Lancer doesn't appear. Thrust kind of just appears intermittently during the new city one. Demolisher and Windsweeper are still the only villains really in the fight side with Shredhead and Trailbreak and Hotshot and all that. I guess Thundercracker and Runamuck appear. Thundercracker has a fairly major role. Runamuck basically just fights pipes the whole time. Cool. Growl, yet to appear. And, of course, Lancer is yet to appear. Really placing a lot of the Decepticons in underutilized at this stage. Oh, and then, of course, the Mazda Reaper is yet to appear. Yeah. And yes, his feet do go inwards. It's his boot going inwards is his feet. It's the dumbest design ever, but I thought it was funny. So yeah. Not really much happened on the third week, but I've got more progress, and if I can get back in the groove of this, week 4 should hopefully actually be a week away and not 3 weeks away again. Yeah, sorry for the delays, but yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new characters, and we've doubled how much story is written, and then we've added more colour to Demolisher and Shredhead's one fight page that I have designed just as fun concept for the series. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time on week 4 of Transformers Grounded.